What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is Joe. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Kimo. The map is Midgard, and this is game number 5 of this best of 7 series here. Joe attempting to cheese. Was it 3 games in a row? No, the Zeus game, then the Loki game, and then the Set game. So we'll see if Joe's got another cheese he wants to try here, or if he's willing to attempt to play this game normally. He's gone for a very peculiar build. I'm not sure he's going to be able to have food here. I don't think you do. There's only 3 villagers gathering, so he's going to have to force drop 5 food at some point in order to get this, because these will all drop off 15, but just barely when this villager pops out. Normally you want to come over and put this villager, 4 villagers to food first. You can see he's at 0% here, so he is dumping that food in, and there he's going again with the villager, but still, it's a bit of a strange one. It's going to be able to build a lot more fishing ships out fast, but a bit tough. We do see the house coming up now for Joe, and he is still pumping those fishing ships in and out and trying to keep that that villager supply coming out nicely, and it's doing okay at this point. Kimo, on the other hand, villager over on wood, has found a perch to put his dock next to, which is enough for him to force drop if he wants to get the perfect 430 here. And we'll see what's going to happen. Do see these villagers still needing to force drop for Joe, but he's still pumping out these fishing ships. He has so many of them already 4. So in a decent position, 5 villagers on the berries. He did have cow, but obviously not at the start here, so he couldn't do anything there. Now the fishing ship coming onto the salmon over here, doing their thing. We do have the Titan's treasure here, which is the reduced Titan Age technology there, and the Ring of Nibelung, extra gold trickle coming in. So both good relics to be grabbing. Maybe not the Titans one, but the other one very good. And we see the house coming up now for Joe as he's still pumping villagers out. No second dock just yet, so bit surprised about that one. Normally you throw up 2 docks as Greek around now, but not going for it. Still just pumping the fishing ship out, getting as many as he possibly can. Kimo has already got, or he should be working on his 6th fishing ship. He is moving over and checking out. Nice scouting there from Kimo to check this out. He does spot the salmon. He spots 2 lots of salmon here as well. So another dock over here would actually be really, really good. We see him moving on to this snowy pine, still pumping the fishing ship out. How many fishing ship does he have? 4, 5 fishing ship only. So he's still going for the 6 fishing ship, it looks like. And then temple. No, he's still building another fishing ship. Oh, yeah, there's the temple. Okay. So there's 2 sort of ways you can play this. You can go up to 9 fishing ship with the 430. Or you can build 3 docks. So we'll probably see the 9 fishing ship from Kimo here as he's going to do the stuff that he needs to do. He does finish off that berry there. These villagers are going to return back onto the cow over here. Villagers chopping the wood, doing the good stuff. And Kimo purposefully building another villager. He's going to be supply blocked though. So it's a later advance for Kimo. He needs to get 25 gold. He is sending it over here, but it's going to be delayed. So this citizen is going to sit in his town center at 99% until the man is built. But how much food does he have? Looks like he's got enough to advance, so he's just going to try and shoot this up as fast as he can. Going for the 515. I love it. This is fantastic. Finally, we're seeing someone try something different with Oranos. He's got 9 fishing ships, still pumping the fishing ship out. 99% on the citizen here. He's going to throw up a house, and he's going to have this extra citizen coming out. It's not going to delay his classical age at all. Well, I mean, it delays it the same amount as if it wasn't supply blocked, but there's the mana coming up, and he's going to get 3 docks out. Extra citizen's going to help out tons. The fishing ship boom from Kimo is going to be huge. And so he's coming up onto this top side. Going to throw up another dock over here. He's got a lot of salmon on this location as well. So we'll see him pump those out. He's going to have a Persian coming through. We've got Ares coming through, though, for Joe very quickly here. Surprised to see Ares, honestly. Athena would probably be a better choice, but the Ares does give him out a Colossus. No, Cyclops. Colossus are the Mythic Age myth unit. But here we go. Cyclops moving forward now for Joe. And the Ajax as well. The Oracles are retreating back to the home base. Will we see Perseine, or he's just pumping out fishing ship? Doesn't even care. He's going to throw down the military barracks. We've got some triremes coming through now for Joe. Counter barracks coming down as well. It's almost as if this Cyclops is a bit of a bait. Will we see the Valor? Yes, there's the Valor. That's going to be enough to force the Cyclops back, but Ajax is here. Did we get a Chiron out? No Chiron. Trireme just about to hit this location here. We've seen the fishing ship have all been built. How many did he end up getting? Let's just check this quickly because I think it's interesting because this is somewhat of a new strat. 16 fishing ship. There is the Trireme hitting the fishing ship back over here. And there's the Pestilence in the main base of Kimo. But he has managed to get another building up. We do see that the Cyclops has managed to snipe one of those Murmillo. Nice play there. And we haven't seen him trying. We haven't seen Kimo building any Bareem here just yet. As the Trireme just going to run around and do their thing. And look at this Cyclops. There's 3 hero oracles. Yeah, oracle heroes aren't the best, but this Cyclops is just almost better than 3 oracle heroes. But Cyclops does manage to get taken out, and he kills off 2 oracle heroes plus a Murmillo. Feeling fantastic. These Trireme going around. We are starting to see some Bareem getting built by Kimo. Drops 1 Bareem out here in an effort to try and take down some of these Trireme of Joe. Is Joe attempting to do some sort of semi-fast heroic? He is building some hoplites out just in case. It looks like the answer is no. And we see the Bareem slowly going down over here as lots of these fishing ship now idle for Kimo. As the big Trireme advantage for Joe is here to stay. Moving in, going to snipe this Bareem over here. Now we see the Terma coming in, hitting the stable, another house coming up. Joe's got his sentinels here to defend. Well, this is a fairly open gold mine. And yes, there's sentinels here, but this range, I don't know if it's going to be able to stop a Terma hitting this gold mine like on repeat here. Maybe Kimo can simply just give up on the water. He's got 5 Bareem here though, and almost 4 in this dock. He's still building more. What have we got here? 12 Trireme. We see the units of Kimo getting pushed back as he's continuously pumping these out. He's stopped production of the Murmillo for the time being though, still making those Terma. We see the relic over here going to get picked up now. The Bareem are dropping out. Joe not paying attention. Going to be taking a lot of damage here from these Bareem. And there's the shockwave preventing the retreat from some of them. Nice play from Kimo. He's sending his fishing ships back out as he has managed to hold this location. Over here we see the army has come in and picked off a lot of those units there. And there's a Ring of Nibelung coming through for Kimo. And Kimo has managed to hold on to his water for the time being. So what's Joe's next move here? He's throwing up, so houses would be good because he's probably housed at 85 population. The classic 85 population housing issue. Guard barracks coming up now for Kimo. Going to be spamming out all those military buildings. See an economic guild now coming down. He wants to start getting those economic upgrades. The Bareem coming through, dealing tons of damage to the Trireme of Joe. Joe's starting to build more Trireme out of all of his docks. Look at those docks. He has 4 docks here building Trireme. But the Bareem are already out. He's able to keep pushing through here And he's defending up with the Terma on this location. The Hippocon is here to harass. We see him trying to get this up in order to defend this location here. We're pulling the Terma back into town center fire range. Nice play. The Citizen is under a lot of fire, and Kimo not paying attention over here. A lot of his Bareem attacking a dock down here. Meanwhile, Joe pulling back with his army as the Murmillo coming out. I mean, Kimo probably should just be playing defensive. Doesn't need to attack the Hades army on the water here, but Joe does manage to hold on over here. The Terma trying to snipe units down. He's doing a decent job. We see the Promethean coming in, starting to bash down these Hippocon, but Kimo has to retreat. Yet again, he's trying to snipe down these hoplites. We do see a Valor coming down. Does hit one of those Murmillos there and gets 2 hero Terma. And he's managing to hold on in this location. The Trireme pushing back into Kimo's base. Kimo hasn't built a single Bareem just yet. It might be time to just give up on that water and make that push happen, because the gold is completely exhausted over here. We are seeing Joe come up to this gold mine. We'll see if Kimo is going to notice that one or not. We see the second town center coming down for Kimo now. He's still pumping out those units as they've got them on auto queue. And Joe pushing back. Promethean coming in here, going to attempt to help out, but there are 2 heroes, and the Prometheans, there's like no reason to build these against when your opponent has Chiron and Ajax, because it just dies instantly. It's your weak unit in this stage of the game. Now the Trireme taking down the docks of Kimo. Kimo's running around with these Bareem, going to go for some fishing ship raids. Has a really good idea with those 6 Bareem there. Town center is almost up for Kimo. Really big advantage there. He's retreating with his units over here. And he does do a lot of hit and run micro with these Terma. Very, very nice. Very hard for Joe to make any ground here with Kimo continuously utilizing that speed advantage you get from Oranos. He's running the Murmillo, keeps those Terma firing. Deals damage, runs far enough away. Focus fires a hoplite, runs away. And this is perfect play here from Kimo on the land. And Joe's still just trying to push in here, forgetting everything that he did in that first Hades vs Oranos game, where he just played defensive. Now we see these Trireme coming in, taking down the fishing ships. The Bareem coming in to try and start taking down Joe's fishing ships in revenge. But Kimo started farming here. He's got no plow. Is it on the way? He's got plow on the way. And he's pushing Joe back. Joe's getting his second town center now. But Kimo's winning these fights really, really hard. And we'll see if he's even going to get this town center up. It's going to be... He should get it up. It's going to be close, but he should get it up. If Kimo spots it, maybe a shockwave might be the only way to delay it. As the Murmillo coming in, he does see the town center, but he sees the HP and realizes no chance to prevent that one there. And that's going to help Joe get access to this gold mine, prevent that from getting gold starved. So we might be seeing this game go fairly long here as both players 2 town centers. We'll see these fishing ships popping back out instantly. And Kimo's lost all his fishing ships over on these locations. As the Bareem pushing through, we do have all 6 of those fishing ships getting saved on this location here. So nice play from Joe to do that. Now Kimo swinging around this location, going to be looking for some villagers to kill. We'll see if Kimo can get in there now. The Sentinel here shooting away. But he hasn't. Joe hasn't moved just yet as Kimo's army coming in. There he goes, reacting nicely. He'll be sniping a villager or 2. There's 1. There's 2. And he's going to be retreating away. We see the Sentinel. Does get a couple of kills though. So not the freest of raids, but still good. No technologies getting researched just yet. But look at those resources in the bank for Joe. So many resources and a huge raid over here. Picking off 2 civilian units. Really nice play from Joe to counter raid. That's a big, big win there for Joe. Kimo's 3 town centers now though. And he is on the warpath, economically speaking. We see Kimo moving in, going to attempt to hit some of these villages. The villagers immediately getting garrisoned. Nice play from Joe, but he will get a lot of these killed off as he runs in, and he's able to snipe a bunch of them, utilizing those Murmillo and the Terma. Really nice play there from Kimo. Revenge raid after losing those 2 citizens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 villagers, it looks like, were killed for 2 of those Atlantean units. The villagers returning back onto the food and gold. The Bareem still harassing fishing ships over here. Really nice play from Kimo. Pushing forward these Cairo ballists are going to attempt to delay this town center just a little bit as the army of Kimo coming over. Going to be preventing the town center from going up. Joe not building it at this point. And Kimo not going for the villagers for some reason. But he does have the Cairo Ballaster here in order to try and snipe down these hoplites in this location. But the village is super close to these Cairo Ballaster. It can very easily kill them, but it looks like Joe's focusing up here with those trireme there. The villagers go in an effort to kill off those Cairo Ballasters. Toxotes taking down a ton of these units, and Kimo will have to retreat back. Is casting Valor on this location, gets the hero citizen, and the town center is on the way now for Joe, going up to 3 town centers. We do see Apollo and Hyperion coming through. As Joe hits the heroic age first. This town center, he wants it very badly, but if Hyperion hits, this town center is going to be tough to hold on to because all these units falling here. If we check the population out, 124 to 100 of 130 to 135 or 145. A lot of these units get converted as well. We see the hoplite, or the Murmillo, sorry, trying to delay this. There's the Hyperion. There's the immediate chaos onto this location, but did he miss the myth unit? How did he miss the myth unit? What? Hello? Is anyone there? It's like the Manticore gets away with his life. That must have just been a massive misclick from Kimo. Like way over here or something. Now the term is still trying to push in. We've got archery ranges coming up for Joe. We still see these raids hitting very, very nicely by Joe to deny the fish economy of Kimo. Kimo with only hand axe, pickaxe, and plow. Joe on the other hand, sharp mine and hand axe. Now Kimo coming back in, hitting these units. See it. Oh, Kimo needs to stop attacking buildings. It's not going to work. We see Joe pushing back. Palace on the way up in the face of Joe. Kimo's going to start making those Arcus and Destroyer comp with the Murmillo as well. Nice shockwave, push these units back. We do see that the Manticore getting targeted down by those Termi heroes. And he's losing both of them though, unfortunately, as the Manticore will get sniped though by the hero Arcus. Ooh, just about 26 HP. Hero Arcus trying to chase him down. Population-wise, both players. Looks like Kimo with a lot of food in the bag, not really producing units very well. This hill fort, or palace, sorry, I should say, not going up. So that's going to be a tough one for Kimo to hold in this position because Joe's at full population here. Full population Joe, 145 or 145. For Kimo's 117 of 145. Is he not building units from over here? He's not. There's no units being built from his home base. But it's looking like Joe can't push through just yet. Maybe a fortress would be not a bad idea. He's got enough favor. He's got enough wood. He's got enough gold. Get the fortress up. Go Mythic Age. Heliopolis. Push out. That's the game plan. More archery ranges. Military buildings coming down for Joe. So he knows if he can just hold on here, he's going to be in a good position. But the problem is always going to be gold. You run out of this gold mine. You're over here. You can't get access to this gold mine. How do you hang on to these ones? So a fortress over there would be a really good idea. Do we see Artemis is coming through though for Joe. So he's going to be able to earthquake this whole entire location and hold on to it for himself. So we'll see how that's going to go. Now the Arcus fighting back. Look at that damage there from the Manticore with that special, but he does fall. Toxoides doing a lot of damage, but now the destroyers can come in and attack. We do see some Apaspis coming out. Those deal a lot of damage to these destroyers. Do you see a fortress coming out now for Joe? Ooh, look at that. There's so many destroyers in this palace. I'm not sure if that's intentional by Kimo. He's not. Yeah, he's noticed it. Saying he was queuing the citizen out of this palace into this to finish building it, and he's just kept queuing those destroyers in. And now we see the fortress coming up. Joe not going to get this up. You have to put these fortresses in safe places against Oranos because it's such a vitally important building. You can't be losing it because you need those Heliopolis, because the destroyers don't do well against them. The Arcus don't do well against them. You need Mamilo or Contarius in order to kill those, or Fanatics to kill those fortress. And we are seeing the fortress trying to get up. These Apaspis doing a lot of damage onto this location, but the fortress will go down. Now Artemis is in. Will we see this earthquake on this location or not? Villagers moving forward to this gold mine. The palace falls. The military buildings fall. Every single building over here falls. Now, we've got a Chimera coming in, but I'm sure there's going to be a chaos very, very soon. As the Chimera comes in, splash damage, picks off 5 Arcus with that splash damage. And now the Chimera gets converted, and he's going to be going back in onto Joe. We can see some more Chimera coming out if Joe wants to, but Kimo's just retreating now. He's going Copper Shield's going to attempt to get to the Mythic Age himself. He's actually cut all supply from, or he's still building Arcus, but he's basically cut everything here. Throwing up military barracks. Do we see a market anywhere? There is a market here, so we can advance. Or maybe the best bet here is going to be going to Hecate and going to be hurting the economy of Joe. But that was a really nice earthquake there. Really nice change here. If he still had the fortress up, he could easily start pushing this town center. But because he didn't put the fortress in a safe place, the destroyers could take it down. And that's really, really bad for Joe, because no Heliopolis means no push now, which means essentially Kimo just is completely fine now. We see that Kimo trying to put up a palace on this location after Joe's stolen 500 gold from that gold mine. Meanwhile, all the villagers coming in over onto these golds, we see only one villager on favor here. And there's one citizen falling. And we've got a sky passage coming up for Kimo as he's going to be attempting to move from one side of the map to the other. Throwing buildings up everywhere. We just see, look at this sneaky Joe grabbing all of Kimo's juicy walrus here. He does have walrus back over here as well. And the villagers getting pushed away over here as Joe pushing in. Going to attempt to hurt Kimo's economy even more. But still no attempt on this town center. Is very, very bad. Those the Tartarian gate's going to hit very hard soon. And Kimo's going to be back up at 160 population in the near future here. Kimo does get his sky passage up. So he can start doing some stuff here. There's a pretty nasty microchip you can do with sky passages and your trade route. So what you do is you send your caravans to your town center, right? You put a sky passage here and a sky passage here, and if you can garrison the caravan or the llama caravan into the sky passage and then ungarrison it over on the other one and then send it to the town center, you can effectively increase your trade route by 100%. Just saying, it's a very, very micro intensive. It's a nasty micro trick. I've never seen anyone try it. There's another trick you can do with everyone else where you put a market on both of your town centers, and then you can dump the gold you gather from one town center into the close market, and then send back to the other town center and do that. But I don't think that's as good as just having a really long trade route. Anyways. That's for those of you who are struggling with the corners of the map. You can increase your... Yeah, anyways. Back to the game. We're seeing Heliopolis come out, and Kimo's now actually in a really good position. Tartarian Gate getting put down on this location. Joe going after it, and... Oh, he taps out. Really? He's got resources. He's at 160 pop. This is a very early resign here from Joe. What? But Joe, this is the final. This is game point. Well, I guess Kimo wins. Big question mark here from Joe. Like, isn't this the whole point of playing Hades? You're under pressure the entire game and then you win? Tartarian Gate doesn't even have any upgrades in it. It's not even has mace. There's no masons, so it's going to die really quick. And all you have to do is get out like Achilles or Ajax or something, and you can kill off all the Tartarian spawns. As long as you don't lose the town center, you're fine. But I guess Joe didn't feel that way and decides to tap out here. GG, well played by Kimo. If you guys enjoyed the game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. We've got Joe in the chat saying, WTF early resigned. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.